So now let's talk about the reflection at a curved mirror, which is also known as spherical mirror. Now, from the word curved or spherical, try to pause the video and think about it. What can be the definition, or what does it mean as what? As a curved mirror or spherical mirror. A spherical mirror is a type of mirror that has the shape of pieces cut out of a sphere or a spherical surface. So as soon as we have a particular types of mirror that is what? In form of some part or pieces of a sphere or a spherical surface, then the particular mirror is said to be what? A spherical mirror. An example of this particular mirror is the rear view mirror of a car. Okay, is one example of a spherical mirror. Another example is the shaving mirror. Okay, the mirror we use to shave is an example of a spherical mirror. We have different examples of spherical mirror. Another example is the reflectors, the traffic light, and the solar cooker, and so on and so forth. All these are examples of a spherical mirror. Now let's talk about the terms you need to be familiar with. The terms used in spherical mirror or curved mirror. What do you need to know? We have different quantities you need to be familiar with. So now let's get into them one after the other. So we are going to be using this diagram as a reference of what we are talking about in order for you to get it once and for all. So let's start with the first one. Aperture. Aperture is the length of the reflecting surface. So what does that mean? So here is a ray diagram, okay, showing different ray of light. Now we said for the aperture is the length of the reflecting surface. So here is the mirror, okay, here is the mirror. So what is the length of this mirror? Because the mirror is the what? Is the reflecting surface. So in order to get the length of the mirror, what we need to do is just to measure the length of what? Of line MN. So therefore the aperture will be what? It will be MN. Okay, so that is uppercase N. Alright, so let's talk about the second term you need to be familiar with. The pole. What is the pole? The pole is the center of the reflecting surface. So I will be directing this question to you. Try to pause the video and figure out or find out where the center of the pole or of the reflecting surface is. So as we said earlier that this is the reflector, this is the mirror. So the center of the mirror turns out to be what? This particular P2. So therefore the pole is what? Is P2. Okay, so hopefully you guys are getting it. Let's move right into the third one. The third that you need to be familiar with, which is the center of curvature. So for the center of curvature, so just like before, try to pause the video and try to figure out the center of the sphere at which the mirror form a part. Where exactly are we talking about? So it turns out that the point C over here turns out to be what? The center at which the mirror form a part. So therefore the center of curvature will be C. Basically the center of curvature is denoted with C. So mostly lowercase c. Okay, so now let's move forward. What is the next term you need to be familiar with? And this is the radius of curvature. So for the radius of curvature is the distance between the center of curvature and the pole. So we said this is the center of curvature and we said this is the pole. So the distance between this pole and the center of curvature is said to be what? The radius of curvature. So here is it. That's why I denote it with small letter r. So basically is denoted with small letter r. Okay, so the distance between C and P2, which is the pole, is the radius of curvature. Take note of those definitions, okay, as it will be very useful to you. So let's talk about the second to the last term you need to be familiar with. And this is the principal axis. Principal axis is a straight line drawn through the center of curvature and the pole. As you can see, the line being being shaded with color red. As you can see, it's a single straight line which passes through the center of curvature and also passes through the center of the pole, which makes it to be to be the principal axis, because it tallies with the definition of the principal axis as the straight line drawn through the center of curvature and the pole. Okay, so the last and the least term you need to be familiar with is the focal length. So focal length is the distance between the principal focus and the pole. As you can see, this lowercase f I wrote here is denoted, is representing the distance between the pole and the and the focus and the principal focus. So those are the terms you need to be familiar with under the aspect of curved mirror. So hopefully you guys have gained something. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that now. Okay, and if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. So see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.